Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade is finally here. Our girl Yuffie finally made it to Midgar. So in this video I wanted to share my personal list of the top 5 moments of episode intermission. I'd love to know your thoughts on them, whether you agree or disagree, and definitely let me know what you thought were some of the best moments as well. There will be heavy spoilers ahead, so you might want to look away now if you have not yet played episode intermission. Let's get odd. I thought it was really cool to see familiar faces in episode intermission. It was somewhat of a surprise for me that I really wasn't expecting. Right after Jija takes Yuffie over to the Avalanche headquarters, you can see Jesse, Wedge, and Biggs right in front of you. And although you cannot interact with them at this moment, it was really fun to see them again in the Sector 7 slums. And there are so many other familiar faces such as Kyrie, Marl, Johnny, Weimer, Chadley, Roche, and Shinra Middle Manager. So we've all been excited for this episode to hit ever since it was announced back in February of this year. And when I finally got to play it, the start of chapter 1 was amazing. When the birds come to bother Yuffie and she starts to fall, but she uses her ninja skills to catch herself, and the music swells up, it was a very satisfying experience. It's similar to how I felt the first time I played Remake Part 1, and when they did a close-up of Aerith's face, there's kind of this overwhelming feeling of like, wow, this is real. This is finally here, and I finally get to experience this. Although this is number 3 on this list, I think it is Yuffie's best scene by far. The animation sequence is great, and it's a short but really funny scene introducing Yuffie's character. The funny thing about Yuffie is that she's so confident in herself that she introduces herself maybe 3 or 4 times in the whole episode, but this one was by far the best one. And for me, the thing that really sells it is Suzy Young's vocal performance, especially when she starts coughing at the end. She really sells it. The scene really makes me laugh, and it was such a great way to introduce the character of Yuffie in a humorous way. I had a theory that this might happen, and I was kind of bummed out that I ended up being right. My theory was that since Sonon wasn't in the original game, he could be easily written out of the game as easily as he was written in. But the developers surprisingly did a lot with his character and with the dynamic between him and Yuffie by the time we reached this moment. They didn't have a lot of time to create this character arc for him, but I think they did a great job with it. And when it finally happened, it got to me. I think he was an effective character, and the moment was definitely heartbreaking. As soon as Tifa uttered the name Calm, it made me gasp. I got so excited. I remember seeing an article around the time Remake Part 1 got released, and in the article it stated that the appearance of Calm is not essential for Part 2. In the original Final Fantasy VII, Calm is where Cloud tells the crew about the whole Nibelheim incident. It's also where you can take a look around at some shops and go into the residents' homes. So in the article, it stated that Calm doesn't need to appear in the sequel. And while I get what they were trying to say, I disagreed with them. The introductory Midgar part of the game is probably my favorite part of the game. But once you leave the kind of tumultuous chaos of Midgar, you are thrown out into the open, the quote-unquote open world of Gaia. And during my first playthrough of the original game, it was kind of terrifying. For the first time, you're not exactly sure where to go. Barrett mentions that Calm is a town to the northeast of Midgar, so you have a general idea of where to go, but being in the open world for the first time was kind of scary. You never know if you'll run out of HP or MP, or if you'll be taken out by a bunch of enemies, or if you'll run out of potions or Phoenix Downs. So by finally reaching the town of Calm and hearing the beautiful theme of On Our Way, there's this sense of relief that I had, and I thought it was a great moment in the original and one that I've been looking forward to in the remake. So as soon as Tifa mentioned Calm, I got excited. But my concern is that this short cutscene might be all that we get as far as Calm goes. I remember Tetsuya Nomura mentioning that Part 2 starts with Cloud in the wilderness. So it would be disappointing for me if Calm doesn't show up in Part 2, but I'm really hoping that it does. So that does it for my list of the top 5 moments of Yuffie's episode. What are your thoughts? Do you disagree or agree? Let me know down in the comments, and let me know what are some of your favorite moments as well. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you like this video and you want to see more content on Final Fantasy VII, the Remake, Intergrade, and beyond. Stay odd and keep on playing.